Hello friends, this is Brain from GameBrain.media. Today we're going to play MX versus ATV All Out again because it's my groove right now. Having fun. Great value for this game, $13 for the core basics
Hello,
game.
friends. This is Brain from
Oops,
GameBrain.media. Today,
repeating myself. You can pick this up on Steam for 13 bucks right now until January 5th. Today is oh wow, it's the last day of December, December 31st. You have 5 more days to grab this game. 13 bucks. I don't make a dime on it. It's Steam. I bought a bunch of DLC that came with it, or to go along with the game. I bought the Arena Cross pack, Hometown Motocross pack. I'd really like to pick up the 2020 um, MX Nationals for the replicas of real tracks that I am familiar with that you watch on TV. Um, all right, so let's jump in right here, right now, and navigate over there. So you hit the start button, right? The game launches you to here, hit the start button, then hit the right bumper to go to events, um, A button for series. And I'm saying this because I'm trying to train myself as a non-gamepad guy to get in the gamepad groove, man. All right, so the Pro Arena Cross, I still have to finish first overall in that, and I will run it again probably because those tracks are stupidly fun. They're short, but they're and narrow, and they're really tough. So the goat farm I have yet to jack around with. I misspoke in another video about the yellow box. That means it's DLC that you have not purchased or downloaded. So like Hometown Motocross, I finally bought that. It's $1.64. So I did decide that the game is fun and I want to own it. So I picked that one up. It doesn't count in your stacking of accomplishments to unlock the pro series stuff, right? So to unlock the pro stuff, you got to finish the amateur off-road, amateur motocross. I think the indoor open cross doesn't matter. Um, Pro arena cross is kind of a misnomer because that's DLC. It shouldn't figure into unlocking your pro events that are down here. The pro UTV open cross, I did that. I called it $13 of fun. Driving off-road golf carts is a blast. I really enjoyed that. 13 events. Pro freestyle, I ran it. I sucked. Um, I cannot figure. My hands don't work on the little gamepad. That's my best excuse I got. So yesterday I ran the Pro MX versus ATV 250 Nationals and I finished first, but I was a rambling DUI rider, so I deleted that video. And honestly, I did okay, I guess, but yeah, a lot of jibber jabber. All right, so now that has unlocked the ATV 450 Nationals, and I do not like quads, so I'm skipping that. I hope that by finishing the Pro MX 450, that will unlock this Pro SX 250 East and West, and then the Pro SX 450 Championship. So, oh, and then hopefully by doing all those things, um, I have yet to figure out. You need 4 trophy cups for the Pro SX 250 Champ and the seven trophy cups to unlock the Pro SX 250 and 10 to unlock the SX 450. Blah blah blah. I mean, I'm assuming that's what that means. You have to have 14 of the trophy cups, right? So if we go up here, here's 3, here's 6, here's 9, 10, 11. If the arena cross counts, then here would be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I don't know how their stuff is working out or how they're adding that all up. Anyway, then there's the All Out Tour, Marble Canyon Tour, Red Feather Lakes Tour, Emerald Key Tour. So there's just tons of content with the base game. Um, for 13 bucks is a great deal. And then I guess I spent about 25 bucks overall so far. The the DLC that I really want is the 2020 AMA Pro Motocross. 24 motos, and really it's 24 motos. That means there's 12 tracks, I think, with 2 motos. And I misspoke in another video. I went online and did some research, and back in the day when I was growing up, motos were 45 minutes, and you had to be the Iron Man to complete that moto, and your equipment had to last that long. So that seems to be an issue with a lot of equipment failure and people just dropping out because they didn't have the fitness to ride that hard and that long, 45 minutes nonstop, equipment breakage, and human exhaustion was just too much. So they changed the format, and I think they went to a 2 20-minute motos. Um, Now, it may have been they went to 2 30-minute motos, and then later they tried 2 20-minute motos, and people complained, and they went back to a 2 30-minute moto format for each class, right? So the 125 Supercross, or 125 two strokes, or 254 strokes is the lights class, and they would run Moto 1, Moto 2, and then they would do points averaging for the overall winner, right? They do the same thing with 250 two strokes slash 450 four strokes, the heavy class or the premier class or whatever they're calling it nowadays. Anyway, whole lot of talk for people that, if you're a moto fan, you know it, and if you're not, hopefully I taught you something. All right, so I'm not doing ATVs unless I have to unlock enough trophies um, to get into the Supercross series. So Pro MX 450 Nationals. I'm glad I decided not to run the same copycat colors on my 250 and 450. So the 250 is blue, 450 is red. We are at Dove Point National starting line once again. Soon to see the timer check. Got that white seat and that white stripe on my fender. Yeah, I finally got a whole shot in the National. I guess I got one in the 250s, but oh yeah, that 450 jumps a whole hell of a lot farther, because obviously I'm carrying more speed with it. I should be able to triple this. Eek. Close. Probably be better to double or triple double. All right, so trying to keep myself, or train myself, to use only half of the little diddle stick for rider lean, because when I go full blast, man, it just throws me down so hard on the side. Same thing with a wheelie. Like, I want to ride with my front end in the air a little bit and soften these bumps. And having a hard time doing that. Just partial stick. I struggle with the same thing on the trigger. The right trigger is your throttle. Oh, I see way too much lean on the stick. I just held the stick too dang long. So I kind of got to do a tappy. And I hardly ever ride half throttle. It's either all or nothing. So I know these are all things I could fix or improve somehow eventually, maybe. See, too much lean. Oh, too much lean. Okay, I lost a second there. Fractions of a second. Alright, so half back on the stick. But in the turn, yeah, I pushed forward on the dang stick. Come on. And there's Axel. Trying to stay back on that rear wheel. That wasn't exactly my plan, to wheelie through that and double it the way I did, but it worked. Okay, so leaning forward on the stick and just turning without, like, going left on the stick also gives you, whoa boy, yeah, friggin' frack. Also gives you a lot different control. Lean forward and corner, and you are cornering tighter and harder without using lean. Tried to scrub it. Wow, that worked. Yeah, I used a little bit of a tap on the little stick. Didn't overspin it. Oh man, I gotta shut up and not jinx myself. Got a 7-second lead. Man, that would be phenomenal to be able to land that whole thing without that second section. I overdrive that corner a lot, man. See, I mean, I'm not even landing on the downside of the finish line jump. So, final lap. Saw the white flag. Starting to learn some of the jumps on the final lap. Whoa. Okay, well, now I'm into double doubles on this. But I've stretched out my lead to 9 seconds. Stay on the back tire up this Humpty Dumpty section. Stay on the rear wheel to get through these bumps. Okay, blew my momentum. That split time, he's gaining on me quick. Whoa! Oh yeah, and always when you jump ruts, it's totally gonna screw up your rhythm, your speed, everything. I thought that was the finish line jump. Or I wouldn't have done that backflip. Trying to train myself not to do those either. Sometimes it's just too fun. You know that you're gonna land it, so. Okay, wheelie up the hill, wheelie up the hill. Blast around the corner. Yeah, man. How could you possibly hit the downslope of that? I don't think so. Oh man, I stretched my lead to 15 seconds. Stay in that rear wheel, get through the bumps. Oh, skated right across all those, whoops. There's the finish line. Yeah, baby. Alright, well that was a good time. First place. Cedar Mesa. Oh, yeah, nice lighting. Late in the day, apparently. Yeah, I got another whole shot. It's pretty tricky, man. The tracks are so bumpy and the terrain is not very malleable. Row. Oh man, I totally blew that. Not getting it. Oh, overdrove the turn. Oh man, I hit the downslope nicely. Oh, skipping ruts. Whoa, Tonto. Yikes. I wish wish I could have stayed to the outside on that. Oh. Or I should have stayed to the outside. I guess I could have. Gotta learn this track. At least they do try to pretty much consistently give you a solid outside line or an inside line, but I can't get the bike, see, to conform to that radius. Unless I get off the gas, and then of course I'm losing my drive, man. Okay, so stay to the inside. Stay to the inside. Oh, yeah. Overdrove. Almost jumped the rut. Ugh. There, I jumped the rut. And this is a massive jump. Oh, I almost overshot to the point of getting hurt. Really up this knobby hill. Overdrove it. Lost a lot of time in the turn there. Jumped the rut. Trying to rail the outside. And maintain a smooth line. Inside line. Yeah, overdrove it. So the outside line there would be better because you can maintain enough, maybe more momentum to get it over that freaking jump. Baby. Well, it's so much easier on the 250, or I mean on the 450, because yesterday when I did it with the 250, I wasn't clearing nearly as much stuff. It should be setting faster lap times. And I wonder if the game will keep score of your 250 or your 450 lap times as separate entities. I doubt it. Oh, triple! Oh, not gonna get a triple there. Should have gone triple, double, double. I think last time I did double, 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 single. Because I think there's 7 in that series. Alright, well, final lap, I believe. Yep. Lap 3 of 3. Didn't see the white flag. Didn't notice the finish line jump. Kind of paying attention to my ruts. Oh boy. Jumping ruts. I hate that. Okay, I'm going to try to round the outside, and then I went inside. Okay, same thing here. Try to bang off that outside. Right up, wheelie up the hill. Ooh! Shit. Yeah, I got a 15-second lead. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I really should have flicked it harder. I thought I was going to just do a little soft double-double. Didn't realize it double into a tabletop, but, oh well, here we are. That one is really fun to nail. Didn't have the momentum. Trying to get used to using the outside line. It's not working out so well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Next. I'm kind of up against the clock. I gotta go do some stuff at a certain time. So I'm trying to bang through these as quick as I can. All right, Stingray Shore. Line up. Clutch. Gas. Gate drop. Going for that inside line. Nope. Not going to get the whole... Oh, will I? Get the whole shot here? Nope. Oh, crap. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you see it? His back got broken through that fence. It's tragic. Oh boy. That had like 3 lines through it. Oh man, yeah, that downhill is ferocious. Wow, lots of lines through these. Ew, wow. This is a mess. Oh, I should have just stayed. Should have kept the gas pinned while I was in midair. A little gyroscope would have gone a long way there. Why am I leaning so far forward frequently? Something I'm doing on... Alright, yeah, keep it pinned. It's got to be something I'm doing on the stick. Oh, shucks. Come on, man, get up back on the track. Oh, good lord. Well, there went any kind of lead that I was building. Yeah, I keep forgetting to keep it pinned in midair. The bike does seem to travel further. Ah, you gotta let off the gas and then regas, or you're not gonna hit the rev limiter. You just maintain the same RPM as when you left the ground. At least that's what it sounds like. Like when I go over a big jump and I try to keep it pinned, it's just the same RPM that I left the ground with. And what I'm trying to do is, oh shit, is use the engine's gyroscopic effect to carry me further. That time I did a double tap on the throttle. See, that time I did not, and you notice the engine didn't rev. It just so here I'm going to double tap. Definitely keeps the front wheel in the air. That was double tapping the throttle. Did it there too? Uh-oh. Crap. Those two folks done. Trying to use revs. Oh yeah, definitely carries the bike. And that time I tried to counteract with a little lean forward. Blew that. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff to mess with in the game's physics. Behavior. Okay, so I did double tap, had over rev, and I leaned forward on the stick for the rider movement. He got over the forks a little, brought the front end down. Oh. Ah, crap. Guess I'm going to have to start learning to use the brakes next. I honestly don't use the brakes much. I guess I do unconsciously. Oh, no, I use the... I'm largely using the clutch and just letting off the gas. Kind of like instinctively. So I guess I need to... Oh, look at that. Now I'm using the brakes. I don't really keep my finger on the left trigger because it's really tight for me with my hands are large enough that this stick feels very, very cramped. The trigger and the bumper are like too dang close. And the handle parts are too dang small. Yeah. Oh, you can adjust your altitude or aptitude or your descent angle, and then double tap and rev the engine for using that engine's centrifugal force and driving a little further forward. Okay, so I'm going to angle forward and then double tap. All right, cool. Whew. Well, man, the 450 is superior in so many ways to the 250. I think we all knew that, but man. So I wonder what the tricks are to the tuning. Because when I mess with the tuning, I set everything to max except suspension. If I had jacked suspension to the max, it brought down my power, but I wonder if, it really would change the bike overall. I guess I'm going to have to run one of the single events, potentially, and do that. Oh, what? Oh, and then I hit a tough block. And I got the whole shot. That was a series of errors. And I still got the whole shot. How bizarre. Anyway, it'd be fun to run a single event and just keep hammering through the tuning. Like go with maximum on everything and then go with minimum on everything. And ride the same exact track, same bike, over and over with different tuning setups. And just see, what's really the key factors. I mean, everything plays together. The engine, chassis, suspension, braking. But it'd be fun to see how the game reacts to all that stuff, wouldn't it? Let me know in the comments if you're on YouTube. There you go. I did a double tap, did the over rev, adjusted my attitude in midair by leaning forward over the forks. That was good. That was good. Yeah, on that second to last jump, I should have double tapped it because I was just a little short, and a little bit of engine rev probably would have given it to me. All right, so like I just said, leave comments leave a comment on YouTube because I will export this live Twitch video to YouTube, and likes on YouTube and comments add a lot of value for the streamer or for the video content creator. It's like there's a point system. You get a point if somebody watches your whole video. You get a point if somebody likes your video. You get a point if somebody comments on your video. So engagement is key. That's what they're going for, is engagement, metrics. As I understand it, I'm a noob. I'm just learning YouTube. I've been doing it for years, but I don't really, I don't really care. It'd be fun, but there's 18 million gaming channels, or maybe 180 million, maybe 18 billion. I don't know, man. It just seems like everybody and their brothers playing games, right? So if you tuned in, thanks for coming by. Hope you'll leave me a comment, give me a like on the video. And if you're on Twitch, watching live or watching a replay, watching a highlight, give me a follow. That would be awesome. That helps immensely. There's gamification on Twitch. So at first, you're nothing. You're just a streamer. And then if you get like 80 followers, I think it is, and then you got to have 25 videos or 25 hours of video. There's all kinds of little achievement levels, and once you stream for 12 hours, they give you a little trophy, then they give you another trophy at like 25 hours. Eventually, the numbers go up high enough that if you're getting 75 live viewers, yeah, that's another thing. I had to have 3 people watching live at one time was one of the achievements to unlock. So I'm an affiliate now, which really doesn't mean much, except, oh yeah, it does. I guess it unlocks the ability for people to subscribe to your channel, which is $5 a month. You can use Amazon Prime, which is you get to subscribe to one channel for free, and the streamer gets 50% of that revenue. So for every subscriber, Twitch gets $250, I get $250, and they are providing a really awesome platform. So the revenue split is completely fine to me, understandable. YouTube, it's a whole different ballgame, and the rules are changing every month. So that's why, I haven't really dialed in, trying to figure out YouTube. until recently, you know, I saw some videos because I'm like, okay, have they finally settled down? There were two events called Admageddon and Adpocalypse, where they just took all advertising revenue away. The Admageddon, I guess, was advertising Armageddon, and that had it caused a lot of, you know, they took monetization away from a lot of people based upon their content if it was like a gun game or if you swear and stuff like that. So then that changed yet again with the Adpocalypse, you know, the advertising apocalypse versus the Armageddon, which are really the same event, but whatever. Just give me some history while I'm cranking through these tracks. All right, well, the 450, and having run all of these tracks just yesterday on the 250, gives me a little bit of familiarity with the tracks. This is Amber Ridge. It's got the windmills on it. That's a beautiful lineup shot, gotta say. Oh man, I think I missed it. Timer chick, pull the clutch, hit the gas, wait for the gate. Nope, totally blew it. I don't think I should be sitting on the gas. I think I should... Oh God. I think I should hit the gas when the gate drops, because it seems to like totally stall out. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I can't believe it landed. It was such an overjump. I really thought I'd go flat. Okay, man, I blew it on the start so badly that I'm really gonna have to work to get up here in the leaders. I gotta make that cup. No matter what, I gotta have a trophy cup. I want this to be a first place finish overall for the season. Hoping that unlocks the next the 250 Supercross West Series. Uh-oh. Alright, so I've caught the leader. If I go to the inside and cut him off, maybe I can get the, yep, I got the lead. Now I need to draw out my lead. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, overjumped it. Whew. Lucky for me, these bikes stick like glue on the landing. I mean, sometimes that helps you and sometimes that hurts you because you stick it so hard that, whoa. Yeah. You stick it so hard, you're just gonna die. Okay, man. There's some good variety on this track. Between the turning, the major jumps, except there's no rhythm sections, so to speak, and there's really no whoops on these outdoor tracks, and that's a surprise. There are definitely outdoor tracks that have whoop sections. It's pretty interesting when I go riding and I do just a natural nature. Due to nature. There's tree roots and whatever that as you're riding on a trail out in the middle of the woods, suddenly it becomes a sandy section, and where there's a tree and there's roots, that's a high point, and you know it's holding the soil in place. But in between them, the bikes go through, they spin their tire, it throws all the sand. Uh-oh. Man, that track, or last lap. So that finish line jump is hellacious. Crap. Anyway, whoops form naturally based upon the terrain, and I have been banging through the woods on some single track, and suddenly it widens out because apparently the riders were bouncing back and forth, getting through that section. There were tree roots holding sand in place, and then there were hollows, and they just formed natural whoops in the middle of woods. So I would expect some track here to have some whoops, and they don't. Man, now that I think about it, do they even make whoops in like Redwood? And I mean, because those are manicured tracks, right? Oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Preloaded that one and would have done a lot better on me. And I've given up on my airborne revs, so I need to start thinking about that too instead of talking. Yikes! Did you hear that rev? Alright, very good. So let's take a quick look at the overall standings here. Uh-oh. That one's a first. I'm 25 points in the lead. Well, not quite. I guess 25 minus 9. Shoot. I thought I was much further ahead of Theodore. I have first place in every race. Wow, he's been hanging that tight on me. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okie doke. Let's give this another shot. Or let's just keep going. Keep shooting. The clock is ticking. I have about an hour. I don't know if I can get all these tracks slammed in an hour. So, Coconut Beach. Gonna wait to hit the gas until I see the gate drop. Yeah, that didn't work either. Wow, man. That was tragic. My acceleration is garbage. Don't hit other bikes. That slows you down. Well, not as much as accidentally pulling a trick while you're riding, but slows you down as much as hitting the fence and falling off the bike. Okay, I revved, but I didn't have my attitude adjusted for a smooth landing. Aha! Little clutch, little brake action. Hey, there's some whoops. Forgot about that. There are some whoops on a couple of these tracks. Now that I talked about it and just encountered them, it's like, yeah, that's right. Man, my suspension feels super stiff going through those whoops. Yeah, more whoops. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. That means whoops. Man, I'm digging. Yeah, I blew that. And blew that. Bad attitude adjustment. Oh, why am I on my front tire? My finger is off the diddle stick when that's happening to me. So maybe I need to keep it on there and lean back on the stick. Uh-oh. Oh boy. My 12-second lead has shrunk to 9. Yeah, almost hit that freaking pylon. Excuse me. I can't hit the mute button. Sorry about that. Man, a little overuse of the brake, I think. It really takes you down. Okay, over revved. It was not going to save me there. That was the finish line jump, though? No! Oh, man. I don't know what happened. It just showed me a screen, but my bike wasn't there. Nothing was happening. I just sat there instead of hitting the get back on track button. Wow. Well, blew a couple seconds. Killed my lap time, but I still have a 13-second lead. yeah, I could have preloaded that, used some revs, and landed on the downside. Had a much better completion like that one. But I was off center big time, but I adjusted my attitude. Attitude, and use the revs. Uh oh. Okay, that's what I get for bragging. Whoops. Yeah, big whoops. What? Dude, get it together. What's going on here? I think my rider's getting tired. Whoops, whoops, whoop. Whoop. Woohoo! Oh, thank goodness. Long tracks, man. These are long tracks. Well, that's only a minute and 34 on the lap time. Most Supercross are about a minute, 50 to 65 seconds lap times. 1 minute lap time. So, basically a 20-minute moto. I think they've even gone to 20-minute motos in Supercross rather than lap time because some stadiums have a really short, don't have as much room for track. So you end up with a 55-second lap, and a 20-lap race ends pretty quick. So for the benefit of the spectators, having a fixed time gives them more entertainment value for the money rather than a short lap and 20 lap race with a short lap time might be over with in 15 minutes. And not quite that much, but you get what I'm saying. So, having said that, it's going to be fun playing the Monster Energy Supercross tracks and seeing what my lap times end up being there. Oh no! Oh. Well, at least I didn't crash when I cased it, but yeah, I cased it big time. Blew the rhythm by trying to go hard on that first entry lap jump. Oh man, cross-rutting like crazy there. Well, that wasn't really cross-rutting. That was just rut jumping. Cross-rutting is when your front tire is in one rut and your rear tire is in another rut, and you're driving forward, but your bike is positioned at like a diagonal to the world as a whole. At least that's my idea of cross-riding, or my understanding, experience. I've definitely been cross-rided. Uh-oh, there. That's what I was just talking about, and I didn't. I gotta figure out the landmark, is what leads into that section, because man, that could be such a fast section compared to the way I'm getting through it now. Yeah, jumping runs is really slows things down. Staying on that back wheel without really going too high helps immensely. All right, man. Well, we are cranking it. All first place so far. Now I'm a clean 25 points ahead. That's good. Come on, little machine. Black Tip Butte. We're skipping the trophy chick. Alright, so I haven't figured out the whole shot on nationals yet. When I hold in the clutch and the throttle and just dump it, and then just dump the clutch when the gate drops, that has not been working out. Even though I'm not hitting anybody in front of me, the acceleration is just horrific, like non-existent. Man, my power getting up hills is like pretty lame too. I pretty much think I have myself already talked into buying the 2020 AMA Pro Motocross Nationals DLC for the 13 bucks. It's only 37% off, and usually I wait for games to be 60, 70, 80% off. Get around to playing them someday. No new games are really that compelling that I'm willing to pay $60 or $80 for the whatever premium edition or for the first season pass and all that. So I'm a big fan of the wish list. But yeah, man, I really miss running Glen Helen and Redbud. Those are two of my favorite tracks of all time. And man, I've been to Redbud I don't know how many times, but it is so much fun. Been to Glen Helen, I think, twice. Once for sure, but I was working on that trip. I think I went once as a fan. Come on! Oh man, my split time just blew it. Just blew it. Ruh-roh. So I stream on Twitch at weird times. Whenever I have the time, I squeeze in a race, or I squeeze in, some video on something. And when there are people, like when I'm playing motorcycle games, people show up and say, "Hey, do you have a real motorcycle?" Yes, I do. The only bike I have left in my stable is a 2000 Kawasaki KDX 220R. 2000 KDX 220R. I had it for a year, and I ran one enduro, AMA enduro in, I think it was Byron, Illinois, or somewhere over there in the cornfield, DeKalb. And then I also ran the Pig Roast Hare Scramble. I don't know what it was officially called, Pig Farm Hare Scramble, but oh man. But that's where I met Jeff Fredette. He was sitting there at the registration table, and I registered. I'm like, "Hey, aren't you Jeff Fredette?" And he's like, "Yep." I'm like, "Dude, hey, thank you. Can I get your autograph?" And he's like, "Sure." And anyway, he signed. You get a receipt for your registration, and then you get your number plate and all that crap, or your number, and then you use duct tape to fashion a crude facsimile of a number on your bike. Anyway, after I met Fredette, after that race, the reason it's held on a pig farm, are called the Pig Roast Hare Scramble. You go, you register, we run the hare scramble, and afterward there's a pig roast. And there's also like contests where there's a wheelie contest. There was all kinds of silly contests that guys run on their bikes, kind of like going to Sturgis, where there's like eat a hot dog while your girlfriend has to eat a hot dog hanging from a string while you ride the bike under a swing set or something that's dangling the hot dog. They kind of did, can you ride a wheelie in a circle? They did standing on the seat wheelie distance things, and there was one guy that just dominated the whole thing. But was fun. It was really hilariously fun, and they provided all the food that you needed, but all the people brought food too, like it was a freaking potluck, and they just threw it on the table. So there were all kinds of crazy homemade desserts and side dishes and more potato salad and coleslaw than you could shake a stick at. Oh, of course there was tons and tons of pork, ribs, pork chops. They roasted a whole pig, man, and it mostly ended up being like pulled pork or shredded. No, it was fantastic. It was really cool. And Fredette was hanging out then, so I chatted with him for a little while. He told me he had a shop in Indiana, not far down the road from where the hair scramble was, and that he did maintenance. And then I got his website, and he built my bike. So after I rode it for a year, I was a much better rider, and I was pushing the front end because the springs were really soft. I asked him about that. I'm like, hey man, my front end seems to wash out on me a lot. Like it's just like really hard to hold it in a straight line. He's like, yeah man, a steering stabilizer and stiffer springs will help you immensely. I'm like, well, steering stabilizers are big money. And he's like, well, not really. It depends how, try the springs. They're cheap comparatively. So I had him put in springs, but I was also heading for out of town on a business trip. And I said, well, I don't need this back anytime soon. I'm not going riding for another 3 weeks. And then while I was out of town, he called me and he's like, hey, it's done. I'm like, whoa, that was only 3 days. And he's like, yeah, I didn't have much else to do. There are no other bikes in the shop. So I'm like, well, then while you have it, what else can you do? And he's like, well, port and polish the cylinder, put in a new cylinder or a new piston and rings. The stock piston's fine, but put in a Wiseco, put in Boyson Reeds, port and polish the cylinder, you can bore out the carburetor. He's like, there's all kinds of things I can do. And I'm like, all right, well, just treat it like it was your own. Well, he took that to mean do everything he does. So he milled the head, and he did something to my rear shock. He just did everything he would do in making his bike ready for a race bike. And so my $300 shock or front springs bill suddenly became $1,500, and the bike was only $4,000 when I bought it brand new in 2000. And this was only 2001. A year later, I'm putting $1,500 in it. And I'm like, dude, how can it be $1,500? He's like, well, I did this, and he gave me the bill, and it has a list of all the work that he did. And I'm like, I didn't authorize you to do this and this or this or this. And he's like, yeah, you did. You said treat it as if it was my own. And I'm like, oh my god, I just meant, okay, bore the cylinder or bore the carb and port polish the cylinder, and do what you do, like it's your own. Well, it's like, well, when it's mine, I mill the head, I do this, I do this, and I'm like, oh my god, all right, well, you're gonna have to keep it for another couple weeks until I have enough money to buy it out of storage there. And he's like, that's fine, I got plenty of room. I mean, he didn't give, it didn't faze him to keep the bike, and it took me a couple weeks to save up the excess money. I was expecting it to be like, $800 to $1,000. So $1,500 was kind of a shock. But man, my bike just rips. It just rips. Oh yeah, another thing that added to the price was adding a rev pipe. He's like, well, you can't run the stock pipe or even that torque pipe, because my friend had given me a torque pipe, and I tried it, and yeah, man, oh my god, the bike would wheelie in every single gear with no clutch. It was just insane. But I would have to. I was running most trails in second, third gear because it was a torque pipe. When he did his work and then put the rev pipe on there, I was running most trails in first and second gear, just because there was so much low end already. And then as long as I was revving it enough, that thing was just free breathing. It was awesome. I love my bike. I still have it. 20 years old. Cool story, bro. But not my only bike. My first bike I got when I was 16, on my 16th birthday. I had saved up $450. I went to the Suzuki shop. I said, I want to put $450 down on this bike, and I'll pay you $50 a month. They're like, well, that'll take 9 months. We can't hold a bike on the floor for 9 months. So my parents paid for the other half, and then I paid them back $50 a month. So naturally, I rode my bike to school, went to track practice, football practice, and then I went to work, made enough money, paid off my parents, maintained my own insurance. Rules were I had to wear a helmet. I learned that when I rode without a helmet, I suddenly felt like so vulnerable. So man, I'm totally a proponent of helmet usage. So anyway, that was my first bike. It was a 1980 Suzuki TS 125 Dual Sport, street legal dirt bike. And I lived along the Kankakee River. We had tons of trails. We had the Indian caves. We had the pits. They were clay pits, like a strip mine. Well, it was more like a quarry. There was another strip mine. Oh, Braidwood. We used to go out to Braidwood and ride. There are a bunch of trails around the Braidwood nuclear power plant. And there are quarries there too with these weird aqua blue, strangely colored radioactive water, probably. But so after, let's see, the TS 125 I had in high school when I was in Illinois. Then I moved to Alaska when I graduated high school, and I bought an XR 350R, a four-stroker, 12 inches front and rear. Beat the crap out of my little 6 or 8 inch travel TS 125 Suzuki. Man, now I had a real dirt bike. It was phenomenal. I loved it. Didn't have plates, but I had a headlight, so I rode it everywhere and never got stopped by cops. 90% of the time, there were power lines running parallel to every road. Power lines, phone lines, telephone poles. Man, I missed a whole shot. So I would ride my bike on the side of the road because it was way more fun than just, riding on the road. Plus, I had knobbies. So if I rode in the dirt, I was saving my tires, and I was jumping driveways and having fun with all the culverts of every driveway. Now, it wasn't like a subdivision, right? The houses were far and few between. So maybe every eighth of a mile, there was a driveway. And I was more or less jumping the culverts next to the ditch to get over the driveways. It was just ridiculously fun. And that was an XR 350 in Alaska. Then I came back to Chicago. I had that 2000 Kawasaki, which I still have. Bought a 2001 Yamaha FZ1, which is... Oh, I can't believe I didn't case it. Oh. Had a Yamaha FZ1 wheelie machine. It's an R1 motor in a touring bike frame, so a steel frame instead of the aluminum crotch rocket frame, and a real seat that was comfortable to sit on instead of the R1 seat, which is basically foam glued onto fiberglass. Yeah, I bought saddlebags. I traveled on that bike. Went down to Kentucky. Went down to where else did we go? I think Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin, any place nearby. So yeah, I put 30,000 miles on my bike in 3 years, and then went on a group ride. The guy in front of me blew the turn. Minivan drove in front of me. I threw it into a slide. The guy in front of me passed away. Went under a guardrail. My bike was totaled. I wasn't hurt. The guy behind me came and crashed into us. His bike was totaled. He broke his collarbone. It was a tragic event. And then in 2005, I was doing a lot of business in California, and I had a friend in California. So he had a dune buggy, a quad, an RM125, and I used to ride my KDX. I was still riding my KDX like crazy in 2005. So I decided I'd buy a KTM 525 EXC, get it street legalized in California, and leave it at his house. And then 5 times a year, I was out of his house. So we always had like you never go to the desert in the winter, but you can go to Pismo, in the summer. So we went to Glamis Dunes, Ocotillo Wells in winter, basically Christmas through New Year's, and then I would go out there again in February. Yeah. Usually, it's just anytime I could coordinate a business trip, it's like, when you coming? Okay, let's go riding. And it's winter, man. We got to get to riding in during the winter, at least to go to the deserts. And then for Pismo, going to Pismo Beach, man, you could ride there. Like, it gets warm in the summer, but we rode there a lot. Another place called Stoddard Wells, and another place, I think it might have been a different section of Stoddard, but it's called the Condo. Just because there's like some abandoned military concrete building out there that, a lot of kids go and smoke and drink and party. They're not out there to ride dirt bikes, but it's high desert, so it's hard packed and rock. But yeah, that was stupid fun. Then I eventually sold him my KTM. So here it is, the year 2020. Oh, crap, I so could have landed that. Thought I had the right angle. Anyway, I bought it in 2005. It's 2020, so he's had that bike for 15 years. And even when it was at his house, I told him, ride it whenever you want, because every time I came out there, I just crashed in the guest room. He had a dune buggy, the quad, his RM. His brother had a CR 450F, I think they called it. And yeah, so yes, I ride in real life. Haven't ridden in several years because I haven't had healthcare since Obama was in office. Well, yeah, it's been a long time since I had healthcare. I haven't ridden in at least 7 years. But I still have the bike, and I guarantee that thing will start. Oh my god, that's the best thing about that KDX. Oh man, that was tough. Oh! Banging elbows and finally, and still pulled out a whole shot. That's just absolutely remarkable. I wasn't paying attention, I was talking, so I don't know if this is my final race. I hope so. So I really got to get going here, but I hope you enjoyed my stories. Ah! I held on because I just wanted him to end up in the water. After I saw that I was clearly going to crash, I just figured, we'll go with it. I really do want this first place cup, though. That's the slow hill. Yep. It looks like you're going up a monster jump, but it's a dead end, man, so you gotta remember that. Okay, so I think this is the second to last track. Oh, there's that gap jump. I really like that gap jump. As you can see, you don't have to be hauling butt to get over it. Oh man, I bobbled around enough that that guy is catching me big time. Okay, I'm starting to get the over revs going. Yikes! Crap. I wonder if they shave seconds every time I hit that reset button. I imagine they do. I don't want to start paying too much attention to the split time to find out. Crap. Whew. Can't believe I saved that. Ah, here's dead end. Did you hear that over rev? I'm sure you did. Even pulled out the over rev there. Like I said, if you just stay on the throttle, it maintains the same revs as when you took off. Like then. course, that was a pretty short jump. Alright, so I got my 11-second lead. I'm stretched out pretty good. It's only the second lap, though. Oh, almost blew it with the attitude. Meaning I was so far angled down on the front tire. Man, just a little longer and I could have had a nice downhill landing, maintained more momentum. Yeah. Anybody who's owned this game for a while, they would come and smoke me. I'm not pretending to be a good rider at all. I'm struggling with the gamepad every minute of the game. It's so tiny. Dead end. Yeah, could have probably hit that a little faster than I did, but off track. Not long enough to get penalized, though. Final lap. I didn't see the white flag. I don't know where the freaking finish line jump is. Yeah, the track dirt deformation in this game is pathetic compared to MX vs. ATV Reflex. One of my favorites in the series. I do have that game. I doubt anybody would care to see it, but shit, I just might play it for fun. I am going to get through the Monster Energy games that I got, though. Alright, cool. I have, like I said, Monster Energy Supercross 1 and 2. I think that's the year 2018 and 2019 tracks. Monster Energy Supercross 3 is out. It just wasn't a deep enough discount for me to pick it up. That would probably be the 2020 tracks, which, I mean, the season completes in January. So it would have been last season's tracks. And now, Monster Energy Supercross 4 is either out or coming out. And that's why all the other games were on sale. I should get this whole shot right. Yes, indeed. So I'll go through those games because they're a little more recent. They're still on sale, probably. They're probably just the same exact duration as the Steam Winter Sale, January 5th. So check it out if you're into Supercross. Monster Energy Supercross games are pretty damn good. And they do have DLC if you're into that kind of thing to get, different specific bike models, or I don't know if you buy characters, uniforms for your favorite riders. I don't know. I wouldn't fall for it. I just like making my own uniform, my own red, white, and blue colors. I always run 666 just to let people know I'm a demon. Just kidding. But yeah, I don't read anything more into it than it's a joke. For some people, it's a really offensive number, and that's why I do it. It's like, really? You're gonna lose your mind over the fact that I run a funky number? Man, oh man, oh man. I'm not digging this track, man. Oh, here comes a wall jump. Okay, I think that's probably gonna be, it's not a total dead end, but it'd be real easy to overjump that. Yeah, not a fan of this track. Here's a cross-rutted crap. Or angle-rutted crap. Oh, hit the bump. This is something that I have not figured out the best way over. I guess that's a pretty good way to hit the half jump. Man, I'm not drawing out much of a lead on this track. It's only second lap, 7 seconds ahead. Yeah, I'm playing on easy, man. I wanted to bang through all the tracks, unlock everything, Probably not going to go back and do it again unless I buy those the AMA Nationals from 2020 AMA National season, because that looks like fun. Love the replica tracks. Back in the day in Motocross Madness 1 and 2, and even MX versus ATV Unleashed, I think, we had a bunch of track creators that made replica tracks. I made a bunch of fantasy tracks in Motocross Madness 1 and 2. And I might have even put a couple of them out on, was it Unleashed or MX versus ATV Extreme or Fury or Unleashed? I forget all the names. But anyway, the replica tracks were awesome. Mike Trike or Mike, yeah, some dude named Mike made my favorite version of Redbud. So Redbud has changed quite a bit over the years. A little here, a little there, a little there. Yeah, you know, it's kind of incremental each year, but it's definitely different than what we rode back in the day, or what Mike LaRocco was riding back in the day. Uh-oh, I blew it. Well, that was a finish line jump, and there's just no way of getting over that for me. I did draw my lead to 11 seconds, holy crap, and, well, it's not evaporating. I really thought it would evaporate. Nope, want to hit the half jump. Oh, blew it. Oh, well, not so bad. Not so good either. So, pretty long lap times on the outdoor tracks here. I'm really curious what the Hometown Motocross DLC is going to give me in terms of the track design. Whether it will be very traditional, user-made style, because the user-made tracks seem, they're not like this. I don't know. Rainbow just doesn't seem to, generally don't care for their stock tracks that much. That's why I really prefer the, well, the Arena Cross is great. Those are replica tracks. Theoretically, if they're after the AMA Supercross or Arena Cross season, those are replica tracks. And the Supercross, I hope, in this game will be replicas of the 2017 season. And then we start getting, you know, separation with Monster Energy Supercross, the game, season 1 or version 1, 2, 3. I wish they would just put the years on it, but whatever. The marketing people are not motorcycle enthusiasts, I would imagine. Uh-oh! Did it again. I can't get that one figured out. Okay, so here's this big uphill. If I hit it at an angle, I can still rail it. And here's the finish line. Yay! All right. Well, like I said, running the 300 points to 250 over Theodore. Good. First place in everything. Does that count as 3 cups in unlocking the next section? Let's go look. And then I got to run. So thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Let's go look at the events, the series. For my next trick, I will be... Oh, baby, it did. It unlocked... Wait, it did not. It did not unlock the Pro SX250 Championship. I need one more trophy there. So I'm either going to have to run the 450s, the quads, or I'm going to have to do better in the Pro Freestyle. Where else can I pick up trophies? See, the Hometown MX Series doesn't have trophies because it's not an official thing. Oh, the Goat Farm has trophies, though. Oh, wait, Hometown does. It just, they're dimmed out and I didn't see it. Yeah. So I wonder if trophies on the DLC stuff, you know, count towards the unlocks. Because when I started this, it was going to require 4 trophies to unlock this Pro SX 250 West Championship. So let me go up here to where I only have 2 trophies, and that is in the Pro Arena Cross. Oh man, that's 12 events to run again to get 1 trophy? No, thank you. Wonder if I can get a trophy here. 7 events. Slash the Snake Pit has trophies on it too. But I already own the Hometown MX, and that's only 8 events. I just decided what I'm playing next. That's going to be the Hometown MX series. All right. So hope you join me for that on the next stream. That might be this evening. Don't know when I have the time, but I will get it posted. I'll get it streamed, and I'll get it posted over on YouTube. And hope you can subscribe to me on YouTube. Give me a like and a comment. It really helps immensely. Give me a follow on Twitch if you watch these videos and you're enjoying them. Go buy the game. It's 13 bucks, dude. You'll get the core content, and it goes on sale every summer and winter sale. So in July, you'll be able to buy a bunch more DLC for it. If you can't swing it all right now, like I said, I got about 25 bucks into it. The 2020 AMA Pro Motocross would be another 13 bucks, and I'm very, very tempted. I might pick that up. Depends on how much I like the 250 West and East Championship Supercross, or yeah, Pro SX 250 East and West Championship Supercross races. 9 events in each of those. Then the Pro SX 450 Championship is 16 events. So if I'm still rolling after that, man, I got all this other stuff to do. The Flying Moto Ranch, the Emerald Key Tour, and the Red Feather Lakes Tour, the Marble Canyon Tour. So I think those are, they say all vehicles tour. So, well, they must have trophies on them. But what's a tour versus, what do they call it? Waypoint racing. Is that what they call waypoint racing? Yeah, all vehicle waypoint. So the tour is different. Well, we shall see as we continue to bang through this game, and look forward to talking with you again on the next one. GameBrain's gone.